You know that feeling when you realize the year is winding down and you are no closer to achieving your goals now than you were back in January? The panic starts to set in, and if you are anything like me, you start to beat yourself up about all the things you did not get done this year. But guess what? We are not doing that this year. We are going to lock in. And if you have no idea what the Great Lock-In is, let me tell you all about it. The Great Lock-In is a challenge floating around social media, and it's designed to get you to set clear, achievable goals and build better habits before the new year. It's about getting super focused on what you want for your life and starting the new year already feeling good. As a learning professional myself, this trend is making me so excited. So in this video, I want to talk about how you can get locked in for the remainder of 2025. And I want to share with you the things that I'm going to be focusing on for the rest of the year. Hey, if you're new around here, I'm Latoya and welcome to the channel. So I'm officially starting my locked in period today, October 1st. There's still a whole quarter left in the year, and that's a lot of time for me to work on the goals that I set out to achieve. I actually tried a version of this last year when I listened to Mel Robbins' podcast, which I will link to, that talked about how September is the best time of the year to actually get back on track with your goals. The lazy summer is over. September just feels like there's momentum again. People are going back to school, we're refocusing on work, and it feels like the perfect time to get back on track with your goals. So I did this last year and I absolutely loved it because I did feel like I really optimized the end of my year. Technically, the Great Lock-In starts from September 1st to December 31st, but remember, you make your own rules. I decided that for September, I was gonna use that as a kind of warm-up period. So September, I started working out as much as I could. I didn't put any rules around it, just when I could. And I did that because I just wanted to get used to feeling my muscles burn the next day and how hard it was to actually work out, to wake up on time. I just wanted to start practicing those things so that when today rolled around, October 1st, I was already kind of in the mindset. Even if you're seeing this for the first time today, please know that it is not too late. So let's talk about the things that I'm locked in on and how I plan to stay focused for the next 3 months. The most important part of the Great Lock-In is setting realistic and clear goals. And that starts with choosing a realistic number of goals that you're gonna be working on for the rest of the year. Now, there's no magic number, but ideally you want to set 3 or less goals. Anything more than that, you risk burning out by November. So choose 3 goals and go all in on them. So here are my 3 goals that I'll be working on. The first thing I want to do is take care of my body. For me, this means fasting. I'm going to be starting a 48-hour fast today, actually. Strength training 3 times a week. Walking 10K steps a day on average. Plus, I want to limit my alcohol to social events only. The second thing I'm going to do is write and launch my new ebook. I'm so excited about this. I'm currently writing an ebook for women who want to self-represent in family court. I know there are so many women who need this information like I did when I started what was a really scary process for me last year. And the third thing I want to do is submit my PhD application. I've dreamed of earning my PhD since I was a little girl, and this year it's felt like the universe has sent me so many signs that now is the time, so I am taking the leap and applying. The goals that I've set out have multiple steps to them. They are not easy, and that's why it's important to limit the number of goals that I'm going to be working on to 3. These 3 are going to keep me busy. So now that I have my goals, it's important for me to set up the systems around to track my progress and to keep me going, because without systems, this is all gonna fall apart really quickly. First thing I'm gonna do is for each of my goals, I break down the steps or tasks that are involved in achieving those goals. So for example, submitting my PhD application includes the following steps: researching programs, thinking about areas of interest, contacting people who could serve as my reference, writing my statement of interest, and then actually submitting the application online. And I do this for each of my goals, and this does take a while, but it's a necessary step. Once I know all of the steps or tasks involved in each of my goals, it is time for me to start time blocking. Time blocking is a productivity technique that involves blocking off chunks of time on my calendar for each task that needs to be done. Time blocking has become such an important tool for me as my life has become busier, and I use it for almost everything that I do in my life, from writing to checking emails and even doing school pickups. I determine how long each task will take, and then I add it to my calendar as an event. A standard to-do list tells you everything that you need to get done, but time blocking tells you when you're going to do it, and that is so much more useful, especially for someone like me who gets overwhelmed with a long list of to-dos. This is a really practical way for me to get everything done. I just need to make sure that I wake up on time and I follow my schedule, and by doing that, I can achieve everything that I've set out to do for the day, for the week, and for the month. For me, in addition to scheduling all the tasks out, I need to have my why. My why am I doing all of this top of mind, or I know I will lose motivation, especially as the weather starts to get darker and colder. I'm not going to want to get out of bed at 6 o'clock to work out. So my why is important, and these cards right here contain my why. I'm going to make a whole separate video about these cards, which I started just using this year. There were two YouTubers who talked about these cards, and I decided to try it, and it's actually been an amazing part of my morning routine. They contain my goals for the year, my favorite quotes. I have a couple cards on like hard things that I've done in my life, affirmations about myself, and I try to read these every morning when I wake up. Beliefs that I have. I can share this one. So when I wake up in the morning and I'm thinking about why am I up at 6 o'clock when it's cold outside, a card like this is a part of my why when I'm thinking about working out. Wellness is a gift to your future self. Choose to honor yourself. If I wake up and read that card, okay, I'm gonna do the workout. I'm gonna do the workout because I wanna be around for 20 years, for 30 more years. And I know that working out is a part of that. So the why needs to stay close to you. So whether you read affirmations or you read your favorite quotes or you have some other way of reminding yourself why you're doing all of this, lean into that. Another thing that I heard recently that's really been motivating is poorly done is better than nothing. Now, I'm not saying to do things poorly, but for me as a perfectionist, this motto was liberating. Just do my best and release it. So take that with you as well. You don't have to be perfect. And this means for me, for example, if I wake up one morning and I really don't want to work out, I'm still going to get out of bed. I'm still going to put on my clothes. I'm still going to attempt the workout. And even if I don't end up doing a 45-minute workout, I do a 20-minute workout, I'm still going to do that because it's building consistency. It's honoring the commitment I made to myself, and it's just helping me get into the mindset of this is not an optional activity, it's mandatory. Now it's your turn. What are some things that you are going to lock into starting today? What are a few goals that you can set for yourself to achieve by the end of the year that's going to make 2026 the best year ever? Let me know in the comments. I really want to know, and I'm hoping we can keep each other accountable. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, subscribe for more, and see you in the next video.